Hey, it's Wellness Wednesday, and this week we're going to be talking about hydration and healing. Today I'm going to discuss benefits of proper hydration and why it matters. Now, for individuals like myself that have an autoimmune disease, this is going to be very beneficial for you as long as you are consistent with these things that I'm going to share. Implement it in your everyday routine. Now, the first one is going to be reducing inflammation. That is heaven to me. We want to be very intentional about reducing inflammation. Now, in today's society, we are exposed to a lot of toxins, chemicals, and just a bunch of icky stuff. So, water helps eliminate those toxins and waste from your body. So very important. Now, as far as the autoimmune diseases are concerned, it lowers internal stress on your organs. Now, if you are familiar with autoimmune disease or you have an autoimmune disease, you know what goes on with the body inside and outside. So they typically have conversations with us physicians about reducing inflammation and levels of stress. Staying hydrated can help with that. Key thing to remember is when you are dehydrated, inflammation increases and fatigue increases. If y'all know, fatigue is a terrible thing, and you don't have to be dealing with lupus or autoimmune disease. If you just experience fatigue, just in general, you understand how taxing that is. So we definitely want to alleviate that. Drinking water. Number 2, it supports kidney function. This is a game changer as well. Again, especially if you deal with an autoimmune disease, we want to be taking care of every single organ in our body. We want that in general, whether you're taking care of yourself with an autoimmune or without an autoimmune. Still important. It affects the kidneys tremendously, making sure you get enough water in every single day. Water helps the kidneys to filter properly and prevents unnecessary strain. I don't know if any of you have had this feeling. I know I get it a lot when I'm not drinking enough water. I'll get a sharp pain on my side or a bit of discomfort in my side. I know that's my body telling me you need to drink more water. Now, if you want longevity, we have to protect our organs. Number 3, it increases energy. Now, I don't know if y'all knew this, but most fatigue is just dehydration. Yes. When you are typically feeling fatigued, really tired, that's probably your body telling you you need to drink more water. Before reaching for the caffeine, I know I'm guilty of it. Wake up in the morning, I gotta have my cup of coffee. Make sure you're drinking 16 to 20 ounces of water first. Set a reminder if you need to. I know I had to do that this morning and get my glass of water in before I poured my first cup of coffee. Number 4, which is probably one of my favorites, it supports digestive and your gut health. Now, I am big on this because I'm trying to work on my gut health. Proper hydration, it helps break down food, prevents constipation, reduces bloating, and just makes you feel better overall in your gut. Gut health directly impacts inflammation levels. Keep this in mind. It directly impacts your inflammation. So if we want to alleviate this, the flare-ups, the uncomfortable feelings, especially in the tummy area, and if you're working on your gut area, this is going to help as well. Keep that in mind. Number 5, it improves skin, mood, and mental clarity. Now, this is probably the number one favorite on the list that I'm sharing for me. I am a stickler about my skin health. If I see even the smallest little discrepancies or blemishes on my face or on my body, I am figuring it out. Hydration improves circulation and brain function. I know with autoimmune disease, especially with lupus, we tend to deal with what's called brain fog. You literally can be having a conversation, speaking to someone, or even doing videos like this, and your mind will just completely go blank. You know what you want to say, but something's just not clicking. That's brain fog. So it helps with that, along with other different things. There are medications out there that can help, but please consult with your physician or your rheumatologist. Less brain fog, more focus. We want more focus. You already know brain fog is a real flare-up and a real thing, whether you have an autoimmune disease or not. We want to make sure we are intentional and on top of this. Especially if you have things that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. We want our mental clarity to be on point. So now I want to share some quick hydration tips and tricks that you can implement on your everyday routine. The first one is going to be, and we just talked about this, start before coffee. If you are a coffee drinker, or even if you are a tea drinker, make sure you're getting at least minimum 16 ounces of water after waking up. This is non-negotiable. Make sure you get that glass of water in. That is going to help you throughout the day with your energy, with your hydration, and even help process some of those toxins that we talked about out. So get your glass of water in right after waking up. Number 2, it adds electrolytes strategically, especially if you work out in the mornings or you sweat at night. You're fatigued, of course, or if you're even feeling lightheaded, get you a glass of water. I know there have been moments where I will forget to eat and I just feel a little lightheaded. And again, that's my body telling me you need to have a glass of water. Listen to your body. 9 times out of 10, it's going to tell you what you need. So we must pay attention to that. Number 3, make it enjoyable. I am a stickler for, I will go shopping and get me a cute glass. It's crazy how many tumblers and cups and glasses and coffee cups I have, because I'm all about romanticizing everything in life. Life is meant to be enjoyed, is meant to be lived. So be intentional. And it just makes you feel good. And you can infuse your water. If you're not necessarily a big water drinker, I know I've heard people say, oh, water doesn't taste like anything. It's not really supposed to. You can always add lemon or mint, cucumber, lime, strawberry, and basil. You can mix these things up. I will even post an infusion list that you guys can refer to. I do it all the time. I love it, especially with my clear glasses so I can see the aesthetic of it. It helps you and it encourages you to drink more water. Number 4, use a timed bottle. Now they do make the bottles that will remind you to drink. I've seen some that have the little lights that will start blinking at the bottom of the bottle. I'm sure you can order them from Amazon or something like that. They've got some that have the different times and different encouraging messages on the bottles. I use the different apps. You can download an app on your cellular device or on your tablet. your watch, whatever you use, that reminds you to have a glass of water. It has different programs, different times, different little things to help you achieve your intake goals. So I would suggest downloading that or getting you one of the little bottles, or you can do both. Whatever works for you. Number 5, habit stack. Drink water after prayer, before meals, getting in the car, after every bathroom break, or during and after every workout. But you want to tie it to something you already do. Make it a part of your daily habit and be consistent about it. Number 6, set a minimum. Aim for half your body weight in ounces as a baseline. Typically, I know for me personally, I like to drink, I always tend to lean towards the 20-ounce glasses, and I'll shoot for minimum of 6 glasses a day. But the general rule is half your body weight in ounces. So go for that. Now, if you are a beginner at this, I would say start small and work your way up. So if you're used to not drinking any water at all a day, I would start with making sure you get in a minimum of 4 glasses a day. All right, listen, I cannot stress enough how important hydration is. I know this weekly Wellness Wednesday is hydration and healing, but you're going to feel so much healing when you increase your hydration. You provide the necessary hydration to your body. If you are on a wellness journey, hydration should be your first step. Making sure you are getting enough water in and listening to your body, and even journaling or notating when you drink water, how your body feels, how your energy is that day. Just making those different notations down, especially if you are consulting with a physician, and they may ask you some questions about some of the different things that you've been doing and stuff like that. So it's always good to have that on hand and just to see your progress throughout the day and throughout the week. So I would definitely encourage you to do that. Now, if you are implementing any of these things, or if you have some things that you are implementing and would like to share, please do not hesitate to comment it up under this post or comment it on the Facebook page. We would like to hear and you share with some of us out here that are trying to hit some of our health goals. I love you guys. Stay blessed, stay hydrated, and remember, you are a diamond.